What if the greatest football player in history was once told that his dream would never come true? What if a small boy who could barely afford medical treatment grew up to lift the biggest trophy in the world? He was rejected because of his size. He cried after painful defeats. Millions doubted him, yet he never stopped believing. This is not just the story of a football legend. It is the emotional journey of a boy who turned pain into greatness. This is the untold story of Lionel Messi. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Universal English. Today, we bring you one of the most inspiring stories in the history of sports. It is a story of hope, sacrifice, family, determination, and never giving up. Many people know Lionel Messi as one of the greatest football players of all time. They have seen him score beautiful goals, win incredible trophies, and make impossible moments look easy. But behind every celebration was a difficult journey. Before he became a superstar, he was just a quiet little boy with a huge dream and a heartbreaking challenge. His family struggled with money. Doctors believed his future was uncertain. Many people thought he was too small to become a professional football player. Yet that little boy refused to surrender. This is the emotional story of Lionel Messi, the boy who proved that dreams are stronger than fear. A little boy with a big dream. Our story begins on June 24, 1987, in Rosario, Argentina. Lionel Andres Messi was born into a simple family. His father, Jorge Messi, worked long hours in a factory. His mother, Celia, worked hard to support the family. Life was not luxurious. Money was limited. But there was something that filled their home with happiness. Football. From the moment Lionel could walk, he wanted to kick a ball. His grandmother watched him play every chance she had. She saw something special in the little boy. While other children played for fun, Lionel played with complete focus. The football almost seemed attached to his feet. Everyone in the neighborhood began talking about the quiet child with incredible talent. His grandmother believed in him more than anyone else. She encouraged him to keep playing. Years later, Messi would often point toward the sky after scoring goals. It was his way of thanking the grandmother who believed in him before the world ever did. A challenge that changed everything. When Lionel was only 10 years old, life suddenly became much harder. Doctors discovered that he had a growth hormone deficiency. His body was not growing normally. Without expensive medical treatment, he would remain much smaller than other children. The treatment cost far more than his family could afford. Every month became another struggle. His parents wanted to help him, but they simply did not have enough money. Imagine being a child with a dream while knowing that your family's biggest problem was paying for your medicine. Many children would have given up. Lionel never did. He continued training every single day. He never complained. He never asked, "Why me?" Instead, he focused on the only thing he could control: working harder. The boy nobody wanted. Messi's incredible talent attracted attention from local clubs. Everyone admired his skills. But when they learned about his medical condition, many became uncertain. They worried about the cost of his treatment. Some believed he would never become physically strong enough. Doors that should have opened quickly began closing. For a young boy, rejection is painful. For a family already struggling financially, it was heartbreaking. Still, Lionel's parents refused to let hope disappear. His father traveled long distances searching for someone willing to give his son a chance. Weeks passed, then months. The future remained uncertain. Yet the little boy continued practicing with the same smile. He still believed his dream was alive. A miracle from Spain. One day, everything changed. News about the talented young player reached FC Barcelona in Spain. One of the club's scouts watched Lionel play. He could not believe what he was seeing. The boy was tiny, but every touch of the ball was magical. his speed, his balance, his vision, his intelligence. These were gifts that could not be taught. Barcelona invited Messi for a trial. It was the biggest opportunity of his life. Lionel traveled to Spain with enormous hope. He knew this might be his only chance. During the trial, he amazed everyone. The coaches quickly realized they were watching someone extraordinary. They wanted to sign him immediately. There was only one problem. His medical treatment was expensive. Barcelona made a decision that changed football history forever. The club agreed to pay for his treatment. They believed in the boy when many others did not. For Messi and his family, it felt like a miracle. Leaving home. Great opportunities often require great sacrifices. Lionel was only 13 years old. To follow his dream, he had to leave Argentina. He had to leave his friends, his school, his relatives, his childhood memories. Most importantly, he had to live far from the people he loved. Moving to a new country is difficult even for adults. For a young teenager, it can feel frightening and lonely. Everything was different. The language, the culture, the people. There were many nights when Lionel missed home. He missed his grandmother. He missed the streets where he first learned to play football. But every morning, he reminded himself why he had come. He had not crossed an ocean to give up. He had crossed it to chase a dream. Fighting every day. Barcelona's academy was full of talented young players. Every single one dreamed of becoming a professional footballer. Competition was intense. Nobody received success as a gift. Lionel trained harder than ever before. He was never the loudest player. He rarely spoke. He allowed his football to do the talking. Some players were bigger. Others were stronger. But very few worked as hard as Messi. Every training session became another step toward his dream. His coaches admired not only his talent, but also his humility. Even when people praised him, he stayed quiet. Even when he played brilliantly, he wanted to improve. He understood something important. Talent can open a door. Only discipline keeps it open. A dream begins to come true. Years of sacrifice slowly started paying off. Messi continued growing stronger. His medical treatment was working. His confidence grew with every match. The shy boy from Rosario was becoming one of Barcelona's brightest young stars. People inside the club began whispering the same sentence. This boy is different. No one knew exactly how great he would become. But everyone could see that they were witnessing something special. The little boy who had once feared losing his dream was now standing on the edge of achieving it. His journey had only just begun. Ahead of him were incredible victories, heartbreaking defeats, unforgettable friendships, painful injuries, and moments that would make millions of people cry. But through every success and every disappointment, Lionel Messi would continue proving one simple truth. No obstacle is greater than a dream that refuses to die. The first taste of greatness. Messi's dream had finally become reality. In 2004, he made his first appearance for Barcelona's senior team. The little boy who had once been rejected because of his height was now wearing one of the biggest football shirts in the world. He was still quiet. He did not enjoy giving long interviews. He simply wanted to play football. With every match, people realized they were watching someone extraordinary. His dribbling looked impossible. He moved past defenders, as if the ball were tied to his feet. Crowds stood up in amazement. Fans could hardly believe what they were seeing. Every season, Messi became better. Every year, he broke another record. Soon, he became the heart of Barcelona. Together with his teammates, he won league titles, domestic cups, and the UEFA Champions League. Millions of children around the world started copying his style. For many people, he was no longer just a football player. He had become an inspiration. Success could not protect him from pain. Although Messi was winning trophies with Barcelona, another challenge was waiting for him. It was called international football. Playing for Argentina meant carrying the hopes of an entire nation. Argentina loved football more than almost anything. The country had once been blessed with another legend, Diego Maradona. Many fans wanted Messi to become the next Maradona. The pressure was enormous. Every mistake was criticized. Every defeat became national news. People expected miracles every time he stepped onto the field. But football does not always reward hard work immediately. Sometimes life tests even the strongest people. The heartbreak of losing again and again. Messi came painfully close to winning major trophies for Argentina. Again and again, victories slipped away. The 2014 FIFA World Cup final became one of the most heartbreaking nights of his career. Argentina reached the final after an incredible tournament. Millions believed this was Messi's moment. But Germany scored late in extra time. Argentina lost. When the final whistle blew, Messi stood silently on the field. The dream he had chased since childhood had disappeared. The image of him walking past the World Cup trophy became unforgettable. He was so close, yet it felt so far away. Many people cried with him. Others blamed him. As if that pain was not enough, Argentina also lost several Copa America finals. Each defeat became heavier than the one before. Critics questioned his leadership. Some even said he would never become a true legend without winning a major trophy for his country. Those words hurt deeply. The day Messi walked away. In 2016, after another painful defeat in the Copa America final, Messi made a shocking announcement. He said he was retiring from international football. The world stood still. Fans could not believe it. Children cried. Former players begged him to return. Argentina felt empty without him. For the first time, the boy who had always fought through every obstacle seemed completely broken. Years of pressure. Years of criticism. Years of disappointment. They had finally become too much. But something incredible happened. Millions of fans showed him love instead of anger. They reminded him that he was more than trophies. They reminded him that Argentina still needed him. Slowly, Messi realized that his journey was not finished. He returned, not because it was easy, but because he refused to let pain write the final chapter of his story. A new beginning. As the years passed, Messi became more than a superstar. He became a leader. His words remained few, but his actions inspired everyone around him. Young players looked at him with admiration. They saw a man who had experienced failure, criticism, and heartbreak, but had never stopped working. Every training session still mattered. Every match still mattered. His dream remained the same: to bring happiness to his country, to lift a trophy for Argentina. The night the world changed. Then came 2021. Argentina reached another Copa America final. This time, they faced Brazil in Brazil. The pressure was enormous once again. For Messi, it felt like one final opportunity. When the final whistle blew, Argentina had won. At last, after years of heartbreak, after endless criticism, after so many tears, Lionel Messi finally lifted his first major trophy with Argentina. His teammates surrounded him. Many of them cried. Messi smiled through his own tears. It was one of the happiest moments of his life. The burden he had carried for so many years finally disappeared. But destiny had saved one final gift. The dream every child has. In 2022, the FIFA World Cup arrived in Qatar. Messi knew this could be his last chance. Every match carried enormous pressure. Argentina suffered an unexpected defeat in their opening game. People began doubting them again. But instead of giving up, the team grew stronger. Messi played some of the best football of his life. He inspired his teammates. He scored important goals. He created unforgettable moments. Step by step, Argentina reached the final. Standing between Messi and history was France. It became one of the greatest World Cup finals ever played. The match was full of drama. Goals, comebacks, tension, hope, fear. After extra time, the winner would be decided by penalties. Millions of people around the world could hardly breathe. Then came the final kick. Argentina had won. Lionel Messi fell to his knees. His teammates rushed toward him. The little boy from Rosario had finally achieved the greatest dream in football. He lifted the FIFA World Cup, the trophy he had imagined as a child, the trophy that had escaped him for so many years. The moment belonged not only to Messi. It belonged to every person who had ever been told they were not good enough. A legacy beyond football. Today, Lionel Messi is remembered as one of the greatest players in football history. His records are extraordinary. His trophies are countless. But his greatest achievement is something numbers can never measure. He taught the world that failure is not the end. Being rejected does not mean you are finished. Losing does not mean you are a loser. The real champions are those who continue walking after every disappointment. Messi's journey reminds us that success is rarely a straight road. Sometimes life asks us to wait. Sometimes it asks us to suffer. Sometimes it asks us to begin again. But those who refuse to quit often discover that the greatest victories come after the greatest pain. Thank you for watching this inspiring story on Universal English. If Lionel Messi's journey inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Keep learning, keep believing, and remember that no dream is ever too big for a heart that refuses to give up. See you in the next inspiring story.